What's going on, Aries? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Aries, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Harris has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Or something like that. But with this weekly spread, Aries, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never first reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said, Aries, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aries. Now I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like, Aries, so definitely check them out. Very great group that they bring, very intuitive energies. I think you would enjoy them. But let's see. There we go. Hold on, Aries. Give me 1 second. Let me grab your card here. Ooh, and look at you. So you got one of your cards here, Aries. The 9th card of you, which is Shield card. And with this card, this is a card of defensive, protect, support, safeguard, block, guardian, stand up for, being prepared, heroic, stronghold, security, ward off unwanted energies, be on guard, and withstand, Aries. And I feel with this energy, Aries, you know, I feel that with how often we are just all the energies that are around us, from the stuff that we watch to the things that we listen to the things that we consume to the people that we're around, that's a lot of energy that's coming at us at any given time. And I feel it's not this I think this energy is not necessarily like we're just like blocking everybody out, but it's more so I do feel like making sure, one, with the ward off unwanted energies, just making sure that we are getting into that we have some like maybe routines or things to just like make like wash off those extra excess energies that are not our own. I tell Cancer this all the time, being a water sign and being receptive to the emotions that they feel, that we need to, that's a real kind of heavy practice of ours. But all the signs and all the elements can benefit from that, Aries, because in some way, shape, or form, you're not just a whole stack of Aries in your chart, which I mean, you might have a lot, and that might be pretty dope. But you do want to make sure that you are treating this vessel as a stronghold, and knowing that, just making sure that maybe this could be working with crystals, or maybe this could be working with like incense, but it's like getting in like cleansing rituals and things along those lines. And I feel there's this energy with that block that's coming through, just not welcoming in any old, like just being mindful of just the energies that are around us and kind of blocking those out that seem to lower your vibration. Again, whether this be what we're watching, what we're eating, what we're listening to. I do even feel with this energy, Aries, is being prepared, that there's like this shift that I do feel like is coming through here. Like it's like a be on guard, but not, and again, not like anticipating necessarily something like is going to go tragically wrong. It's more so that being prepared for change that's coming through. I feel like your ruler, the tower's kind of coming through here, Aries. But let's get some Let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Alright, Aries, let's see what's going on here. Oh. Interesting. Okay. So you have the Nine of Wands in reverse here. And then you have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, and then the Moon card here, Aries. And where are we starting? So with this Nine of Wands, Aries, you know, I feel there is this energy before jumping into something here. Just being mindful of how you expend your energy, because the Seven of Swords can be this card of trickery and deception and possibly even energies that are trying to manipulate in a sense there, Aries. And just being trusting that intuition of yours before we just jump into a new opportunity. But I do feel that there is this thing of there's a balance here, because I feel that for some there could be this, it's almost like a paranoid energy that could possibly be coming through there, where we're so defensive, or because that defensive is kind of sticking out to me too. And I feel like a lot of me, or maybe some of us, have been a little too on guard, or maybe a little anxious, maybe a little nervous about, there's this distrust about maybe jumping into a new opportunity. And this could be because maybe we were burned in the past, possibly, and this not even necessarily by someone in maybe in some cases, but more so that we tried a situation and didn't work out how we had planned, and now we're just completely, we're blocking ourselves off from this thing. But even with like the Seven of Swords can also be doing things in a different type of way. They're finding an alternative route. And I feel that if you've, let's say if we started like our own business, Aries, and things just sort of, we hit a wall and things just started to crumble a little bit, it may not be that that project is not what you're wanting to do. It just may be how we're going about it needs to shift a little bit, because the Queen of Cups, she really values what happens to her in the past, in order, because that makes her the powerful intuitive that she is today. And I feel there's this energy of just of reflection that's coming with the Queen of Cups, to see something below the surface. And I feel like that's very appropriate, or very easier for you, Aries, considering that your ruler's in Scorpio for a little while longer. You got that Scorpio influence that's going on there. Not nothing that goes away, it just leaves. But yeah, I feel the biggest thing is really making sure to just be mindful of where you're putting your energies, and into kind of safeguard before we just jump into something else. Just be aware of that, Aries. But because it could get to this place where you may end up may burning you out, or may even kind of like maybe getting almost like this leeching energy that's coming through with the Nine of Wands, just like feeling overtaxed, even in a sense. So yeah, just something to be aware of there, Aries. But let's go ahead and get another oracle on the mix. Oh, alright. Yeah. Alright, Aries. Thank you. Got one of Cancer's cards here along with our ruler, which is the Pearl card. And with this card, this is a card of emotional force, opening up, experiential wisdom, honesty, intuition, perception, loyalty, the moon, subconscious mind, hidden things, diving deep, layers, and developing character. And I like this, Aries, because I feel that this is because you already have the high priestess here, being the and she's represented by the moon, and so I feel you, and I mean you are in a very intuitive energy right now with Mars being in Scorpio, because Scorpio is a very powerful intuitive. They pull things from the depths, and we were talking about that during things finding things beneath the surface. There, this could even I feel like for some there's a part of us that we may have blocked ourselves off from, even with this shield card and this pearl card kind of combination. There maybe there's some I feel like there are some things that are needing to come to the surface, in the sense that, like, it's not necessarily giving me a new feeling that's coming up with this energy, but maybe just a new way of approaching this, showing this. It's giving me like a Knight of Swords energy, in the sense of that we've been moving so fast from towards the future that we haven't taken a moment to reflect on the past here, Aries, and that there are some things that we've kind of kept tucked down in our subconscious mind that are wanting to come to light to help us to develop as a being, and in facing, and listen, Aries, I would never tell you to force you to face anything that was too that brings up a lot of powerful emotions or something like that, but I do feel like there's at least take the lid off of it, because it's like something we've been keeping kind of blocked down there. And I feel even like, because I even like how this ward off on one and energies is coming up there. I feel like it's like we're something we've gotten. It's like we've been warding away in all energies, like no access to this thing whatsoever. And it's like I'm picturing, like, in order to get to this pearl, you gotta crack, like, get over that clam, or that clamshell. But let me get some tarot on this, Aries, and get some details with that, because I feel there's something about where it's like we're learning from ourselves. Because Cancer is a sign of experiential wisdom. We're rooted in the past and being associated with the fourth house, and my sun signs in Cancer, and let me get the rest of your cards here, Aries, before I really get into that. Aries, let's see what's going on here. Alright, Aries, so you have the Six of Cups and the Eight of Wands in reverse here. And then you have the Eight of Coins, the Four of Wands, and the Strength card upright. And let's start with the Six of Cups, because that's something that Six of Cups can be a card of the past. There's something that we may not be dealing with, something that has happened that is needing that experiential wisdom, that's needing this level of compassion and healing and nurturing energy that the Queen of Cups provides. Otherwise, there's going to be this energy where, like, it's like the energy is slowing down here with the Eight of Wands, and it's can potentially sap away from your strength if we don't deal with this, Aries. And I feel with the Strength card too, there's this bravery of needing to face this thing head on, to get in the routine of just getting in touch with these sides of ourselves that we're keeping kind of deep down there, and keep it maybe hidden from, because it's not even necessarily you opening up to someone, just maybe even just more so opening up to yourself, being allowing yourself to feel that sense of vulnerability. And listen, again, I do get it. Sometimes feeling those tougher emotions can it can suck sometimes, but it gets easier when you show yourself that. I was literally just telling Cancer this, that just when you show yourself that unconditional love in all aspects of yourself there, Aries, then I feel like this really strengthens the union between that the forces between you there, because those dark sides of ourselves that we keep no keep pushed down, they're just trying to help us too. It may not be in the most desirable of ways, but they are very relevant to the whole character for this, because that could even be with all this past stuff that's coming up here too. This doesn't even just have to be stuff that you've done. This could even maybe be some like kind of karmic stuff that we may be kind of dealing with, as far as like maybe there's some generational healing that we needed to heal, or wounds that we need to heal, or just things that we may have picked up in a past life. I was just talking, I'm starting to include this links for these people that I really like. I forgot to mention that too, this astrologer that I really like. And she was talking about sort of like past life things and things that we may not understand why they trigger us, but maybe something happened in a past life that caused that. So I feel like there's a need to kind of connect within there with the Four of Swords there, have the courage to go with this Leo energy to face things with bravery head on. And I feel that they're even just like more energies, because the Eight of Wands can be a card of messages too, and I feel like for some we may be ignoring maybe even some of these signs that we need to do some healing. So yeah, just a little something to consider there, Aries. But and keep in mind too, Aries, this is something I'm just kind of feeling with the Eight of Coins too. This is something that's going to require work. It's going to be something that you just don't all of a sudden you just healed. I got eyes on it. We're all good. No, there's going to be times where you are feeling on top of the world, and another time something pushes you back there. But it's those challenges that keep pushing you forward there, and getting that routine. It does get easier and easier and easier until we do have a better grip on it and just a better idea of what we're dealing with. But I think I'm gonna leave that one there. Now let's get your last oracle card here. See what your last card here is. Ooh, interesting. Alright, Aries. That is fascinating, because you got the third card of Capricorns here, which is a crack shot card. And what's fascinating, Aries, is that you, for at least all your oracle cards here, you got all this cardinal energy. And I mean, you know what cardinal energy is about there, Aries. But in case you're curious, the cardinal signs are the initiators of the zodiac. You bringing in the spring, Cancer, the summer, Capricorn, the winter. Well, depending, Capricorn. Well, depending on wherever all this is at, where you at in the world. But I feel that there's this, it's not just starting up this, whatever this healing is that may be happening here. I was talking about with the Pearl card. It's that follow through as well. Because there's one thing to be able to start it up, but if we don't have that fixed energy that's sustaining the thing that the Cardinal has started, then it just kind of loses steam there, Aries. But so I feel like but I do feel like in order to start getting things moving, we do need to get something started here. But with this crack shot card, this is a card of competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp tongue, witty, clear cut, dead on, intense, target, showdown, effective, impressive, accurate, skilled, excel, arrogant, and first class. And the energy that came through here, or that's coming through here, Aries, is I feel like for some, in order to not deal with anything, or like to kind of block out those maybe sort of harsher emotions that we resort to wit, or maybe kind of have maybe one that has yeah, just like a real kind of sharp tongue, or real just kind of come back for everything, or even have tried channeling it in different areas, maybe putting or pouring ourselves in our work, becoming first class at something very skilled, which is, I feel like, is a nice way of dealing with that. But I feel like if we're doing it in order to distract ourselves and not really face the thing, that's when we get into some trickiness there, Aries. And listen, I used to do the same thing, especially with that sharp wit. I have a Gemini moon, and so just glibness all the time, just very. But you got to be mindful of that too, that sharp tongue, that wittiness, because that could even be coming from a hurt place there, Aries, and we don't want to be just shooting energy all over the place there. And I even feel with this crack shot card here too, Aries, that there's a need to, again, kind of pin down what it is that we may be keeping blocked away from ourselves, that we might feel. So are there certain topics that we're feeling really guarded about, and if so, what is that, and just like, and not that you need to justify that to anyone or force anyone's trying to get you to share anything, but more so just like understanding why it is that you feel this way, so that you can explain this to others. It's just like, listen, it's not something I want to get into, but it's just how this behavior is, how maybe some way someone is speaking, or maybe something that someone's doing, maybe they'll understand how this is a boundary that is being crossed, even though you shouldn't have to get too much into it. But sometimes there needs to be that explanation helps, and that understanding helps. And let me get some let me get some tarot on this, Aries. Get some details. And I even feel for some not to let these any sort of weaknesses that we may have, or any sort of things that we need to work on, making that let you seeing that as something that is makes you less than, or makes someone, because you have such this or that, you're superior to everyone. Or just be mindful of thought processes like that, Aries. And yeah, let me get the rest of your cards here. Alright, Aries. So last little bit here. You have the Six of Swords and the Seven of Coins in reverse, and then you have the Four of Swords, the Six of Wands, and then the Page of Swords upright. And let's switch back over, because I feel with this, Aries, that I feel that there is this energy with the Six of Swords, that something is keeping us from moving on to new horizons. That you can try to block things out, move to a new location, get in a new relationship, things like that. Try to invest in things. But if these energies don't get dealt with, they manifest in different types of ways. I feel like higher self likes to keep things internal, to keep it in house. But after a while, if we just ignore those things, or like start missing this trend here, that it's, I don't know, it's interesting, Aries. It let me get a little bit with this Six of Wands, Aries, before we close out here. because I feel there could be the success with this stuff, working on this thing with the Six of Wands, but fascinating. Okay, and that is interesting. So you have the Six of Swords is clarified by the Lovers in reverse, and then you have the Justice card here, Aries, and that's interesting too because when I was doing your pre-shuffle, I the Lovers did pop up, and with the Lovers popping up, especially popping up in reverse here, I feel that there is this energy of it's like a reflecting on the choices that we've made, and just like there's this cause and effect energy that's coming through here with this Justice card, as far as I feel that there's this, if we're not mindful of where certain things come from, again, like this sharp tongue, this wittiness, this sort of like even superior energy is coming through there, and if we're not careful of that, I feel like that thought process can keep us kind of bound in a sense there, Aries, and could really do more harm than good. Like it's just, but it's because it's not. I don't know. Be mindful of really kind of speaking from a higher place there, and like almost like a talking down to Aries, or there may even be this reverse energy of, if you're not doing this and someone may be doing this to you, this kind of like trying to keep you down, keeping you thinking that you're maybe even less than first class, or whatever that may be looking like there, Aries. And hmm yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Aries. Like it's that's a kind of a trickier one to kind of translate there. But yeah, hopefully that made sense. But if anything resonated with you, Aries, if you like that, give it a thumbs up. And oh wait, hold on, is it gonna do the thing? There it is. And share this, Aries. Um, because yeah, this feels that there's something here with, it's like either things that we're keeping blocked away from, or even kind of blocking ourselves from those who may feel that you're better than, and even being mindful of just like jumping into maybe even like an argument, or like even something along those lines. And yeah, just something to think about there, Aries. And then subscribe there, you high priestess. Hit that's all that intuitive energy you got there. Hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And then lastly, speaking of you getting our ruler there, getting one of our oracle cards, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, geek out when the High Priestess pops up, and it's a good old time there, Aries. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Aries. Alright, you got the Ten of Coins in reverse. And just be mindful, Aries, I feel, of things that get you, that are getting in the way of your goals. I do feel for some that there could be this energy of possibly trying to take advantage, since when we were talking about that earlier, but also I feel like someone that's trying to get in the way of something. I'm take that as it resonates, but I do feel like something maybe even like blocking you from getting to this place of stability, getting to this. And again, this may be something internally that we need to deal with. Maybe there's some situations around us, something that we're caught up with in the past, or whatever that's preventing you from moving forward here with these you know, with the Six of Cups, Six of Wands, or excuse, Six of Swords energy. But let me get your oracle card here, Aries, so I can get you out of here. Interesting. All right, Aries. So you have the Frost of Resilience card here. And this card says, even in the chill of adversity, your spirit remains unbroken. Strength grows in the coldest hours. And so we may be coming up on some some tougher energies here, Aries. But I do feel when it comes to that kind of blocking out energy, it's not necessarily making you cold in a sense, or letting you this make you become jaded or anything along those lines. It's I feel like this frost of resilience is the discernment that comes from those kind of harsher experiences, that it's the essentially though that bitterness of the wind is strengthening you up, is giving you that where you just see things from a higher perspective and see them with a just a clearer eye. I feel like it's and really kind of like that intuition has become more settled in than hmm. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Aries. Just something to think about. But you stay safe out there, because this was very curious energy that's coming through. Just be safe, be mindful, trust your intuition, notice any things that may be kind of getting in your way there, and your choices that you may be making. So yeah, just be mindful of that. And you raise your vibration through the roof, because this felt kind of tougher energy there, Aries. So yeah, hopefully everything is going on well there. And I feel like it's something if we work on, this can definitely lead to calmer shores there. But and I will catch you on the next one later.